The countdown is on for the 2025 Canada Games, and preparations are well underway. From constructing the new Fortis Canada Games complex to recruiting thousands of volunteers, there is a lot to cover. The spirit of the Canada Games is embodied in the way it brings people, sports, organizations, and communities together. Today, I will be speaking with Karen Sherriffs, CEO of the Canada Games Host Committee, to explore how hosting the Games will impact our city and what residents can expect. Later, I will be talking with some Canada Games athletes from this province to share their perspectives and experiences attending the Games. Please stay tuned.
Every year it gets easier to see just how real climate change is. It's time for us to make better choices and take action. By recycling more at home, we make a world of difference, one blue bag at a time. We keep waste out of landfills, and we extend the life of precious natural resources. We all have a role to play, which is why MMSB is partnering with communities across the province to increase recycling at home. Join the curbside revolution. Learn more at recycleathomemnl.ca.
Preparations are well underway for the 2025 Canada Summer Games to be held here in St. John's. And with me today is Karen Sherriffs, the Chief Executive Officer of the Canada Games. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you, Mayor Breen, for having us today.
So you have a long history with the Canada Games. Tell us about your involvement.
Well, my involvement with the Games started back when the last time the Games was hosted here in our province in Corner Brook in 1999 for the Canada Winter Games. So I had the opportunity to work with the host society in the sport division. And that certainly started my journey for the Games. I went on to be then part of Team NL, mission staff, assistant chef de mission, and chef de mission for Team Newfoundland and Labrador. For multiple games, and then had the opportunity to observe 2022 Canada Games and 2023 Canada Games in this role. So 2025 will be my 10th Canada Games. Really exciting that my 10th one will be hosted back here in St. John's and in our province. So I certainly have that love and passion for the Games, and excited to share that with, as we grow our team of volunteers and moving forward.
You know, both Canada Games that have been held in Newfoundland and Labrador, 77 games here in St. John's and 99 in Corner Brook, both were very successful. A lot of great memories of those. So people have a little bit to know what to expect, but what is it that really you think will really appeal to the people?
Yeah, I think, and I'll go back to even 1999, which is still, there are people who have been involved with games since 1999 that are still involved as we travel to different games. And their experience being within Newfoundland and Labrador was just the people, the hospitality, the culture, the feel, the very small footprint. So what's exciting about as we move to 2025, that same feeling, as I said, I've been lucky enough to be part of so many Canada Games. This will certainly be one of the smallest footprints of a Games that I've ever seen. Our furthest venue will be out in CBS at the sailing. The yacht club will host sailing out there. So we have a really concentrated. It's going to bring, almost 4,800 athletes, coaches, and managers to our province. These athletes, this is for some of them, the pinnacle, the highlight of their athletic career. Some it's a stepping stone to go on to Team Canada, also into professional sport. Not only the athletes that will come, and that we set this stage for them to perform, but also the spectators, the moms, the dads, the grandparents, the guardians that come along with them. We will have almost 1,000 VIPs, 500 major technical officials, medical sponsor personnel that will come. So you can, all the cultural performers, musicians, artists that will also be part of our festival, ceremony, cultural events that'll take place. So the city is going to be just this hub of activity. It will feature 18 different sports. So much to watch over the course of an 18-day period, August 8th, 25th of 2025. And just that this amazing feel, the city's going to be transformed, and you're starting to see little bits of that now happening. So, and a lot of it's building that excitement.
Yeah, the big, and it's about legacy too. And I mean, the legacy, I think, of the 77 games that were here was really the facilities that were built for it.
Yeah.
And we have a legacy that'll be left from this games.
Oh my gosh, the legacy piece, and we're currently working on what that legacy plan is going to look like. But even just in the preliminary right now, all the venues that are currently getting brand new venues, you'll see over by the Ac Arena, lovely dirt construction pile that's going to turn into, the Fortis Canada Games complex that will feature athletics. We'll have a soccer turf, a large indoor facility as well. The Ac Arena is getting a significant legacy from 77. Well, the improvements now to the Ac Arena will ensure that this facility lasts long after the Canada Games. And this is really a gem, not only in our province, but in Atlantic Canada, with the facility that the Ac Arena has with the diving, a 65-meter pool. It's really, really hard to come by these types of facilities. You'll see other facilities like St. Pat's Ballpark, some changes down there. Every one of our facilities, whether it's a new facility or one that, currently here, will see upgrades to those facilities. And we're also really lucky that we partner with the City of Mount Pearl, Town of Paradise, Conception Bay, Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove will host the cycling road race. So all these partnering municipalities who are also contributing to the games, who will be hosting different events in their communities. So that legacy piece is significant. I think the people of the game is what really makes the game. So the games family is truly a family. Once people are connected here, they're always connected. So that's what I think draws people back to a Canada Games in this multi-sport environment. So what we bring to the people here, the experience that they'll gain from volunteering, being part of committees, enhancing our minor officials and our major officials, that whole sport environment, I think we always, as the city, as our province, really showcase when we host any sporting event that we do it quite well. And I think now this is just going to add on to that piece of it. So having that significant volunteer database at the end of the games is going to be, quite a...
So people are asking me, and have been for some time, how do I volunteer for the games?
Yeah, well, that's what's so exciting, is the buzz around people wanting to help. As you're walking around, as I'm walking around the community, people are really interested. So we currently have some kind of pre-games, pre-games planning volunteers. Various committees are in place now that help from a governing and then from an operating perspective. The volunteer campaign will launch next summer, around a year out. It'll be a significant launch of that program, and then we will start. There'll be a database, a registration system. We'll have a volunteer center that people can come in and register for, and everybody will love the swag and volunteer uniform and the kits that you'll get. So we're currently working through that package now, what the color that's going to look like, what that's going to entail. But there's jobs for everybody, whether you want to check accreditations at the door, or you want to be, part at a soccer field, an official, help with serve food. They're like nurses, doctors, massage, physiotherapists. The medical component is so significant. So there are jobs for everybody.
And that's the exciting part about the games. It's so big, and it's so enjoyable by many. It's not just about the sporting events. It's not just about the culture and the activities and the chance to showcase our city and our province nationally. Yeah. So, Karen, thank you very much. And if you're going to be looking out to volunteer, look out for the website and the opportunity to do that. We'll be right back.
Children want to learn new skills. High Five programs, like the ones at the City of St. John's, provide them with activities and tasks that make them feel special, important, and successful. Learn more about the city's accredited High Five recreation programs today.
Curious about what's happening in the city? Now you can stay up to date with all things events, arts, culture, and recreation. Follow What's Happening St. John's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You've got plans.
So to continue our discussion of the Canada Games to be held in 2025 in St. John's, who better to talk to it about than athletes who've performed at the Canada Games and represented our province? We have Nicole Chen. Nicole is in athletics, in the athletics competition. Declan Walsh, who's a tennis player, and Molly Pomeroy, who's in the athletics as well. So welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. So tell me, Nicole, what is it like to be at the Canada Games?
Oh, it's awesome. It's such a good experience. Everyone from all across the country, get together. It's great to compete with everyone in your sport, but also experience other sports as well.
So Declan, when you were at the Canada Games, did you get a chance to get together with the other teams from Newfoundland and Labrador and cheer them on?
Absolutely, yeah. So I got to watch lots of other games around the grounds, and myself, I play tennis, so all the time it's you're playing alone on the court, right? But you had an entire team cheering you on. You had your province cheering you on, so it was such a great experience.
So Molly, in sport like athletics, I guess you have different disciplines within that, and so you were able to be part of a team that was experienced that participates in different events. Did that add a little something to it, and that you were kind of with your team the whole time?
Yeah, I think it's like athletics brings a unique kind of experience where you can watch your friends do all kinds of things. One minute you're watching people run, the next minute they're shot putting, and you get to see so many talented athletes perform, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's incredible.
So when you were there, did you think about at the time, Nicole, that well, wouldn't it be great to do this in front of a hometown crowd and to be able to perform and compete?
Honestly, no, I never really thought of it myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know. Now that you say it, yeah, I think it'd be awesome because none of my family went to the games with me, so have it hosted at home would be great for the athletes. All their family can definitely come and watch. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
How about you, Declan?
Yeah, same thing. I was at the Niagara Falls Canada Games, and my parents came along with me, but to invite more friends and family and have the entire province kind of cheering you on, here right in St. John's, it's going to be so cool, such a great experience.
So Molly, does that make you compete harder, or does it make you a little bit more nervous?
I think for a lot of people it's either way. I hear people say, "Oh no, I don't want anyone to watch me," but I'll be so excited to have my friends and family there. Like Nicole, like my parents couldn't come watch me, so. And a lot of times, you know, the Canada Game staff might not be your same coaching staff, so it'll be great to have your coaches and your friends to cheer you on. I'll be so excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So Molly, on that, like outside of the competition, how about the other part of the events that happen there and the entertainment and the activities? How was that for you? Was that enjoyable?
Yeah, I think a huge thing you'll hear people talk about is like the pin trading.
Yes,
I was super into that, yeah. And that was a great way to meet people from all around. Like, it's kind of hard to initiate a conversation with people from other provinces you've never seen. And my first Canada Games, I was young and I wanted to make friends, but everyone was so much older. So you just sneak up and you're like, do you want to trade a pin? And then you start talking and then you realize, oh, like we're going to be friends. And it's a really good experience, yeah, to meet other people.
So Declan, how did you do with that? Did you get a good pin collection?
I did very good with the pins, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, like last year I was 14 years old, and like I was significantly younger than pretty much everybody else that was around. So it was a great kind of starting point to begin talking to somebody. The pin trading was very cool, and I'm very excited to see kind of the new lineup of pins coming up for the next Canada Games.
So are you a pin collector as well, or did you?
My first games, no, I wasn't as much because I was younger in my first game, so I was like, I guess too shy to like ask people.
Yeah.
But then like my second games, yeah, got into it a lot more.
Yeah. So Declan, like when we talk about facilities, and I you know, when you notice and you see the improvements that'll be made to facilities here in St. John's, how do you think that will help your sport and your performance at the games?
Yeah, it's going to help so much, and not only is it going to help for the Canada Games, but just in the long run, when we're going to see like future athletes coming up, they're going to have new facilities to play at. So just recently in Riverdale Tennis Club, which is the outdoor club here in St. John's, it was redone, and we're hoping the indoor Greenbelt Tennis Club is going to be redone next year, I believe.
Yep.
So I'm very excited to see all of that happening. It's great. I was playing on the new courts just earlier last week, and I'm very excited.
So, Nicole, you see this new track and field facility being built, and what do you think of that?
Oh, it's super exciting. I mean, like right now we only have like one rubberized track in the province, so like to get another one is just like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Molly, would you think that's? I mean, I know that you told me off camera that you're interested in coaching at some point. Do you look forward to coaching with having these facilities?
Yeah, like totally. And like Nicole said, we only have one track and it's in Mount Pearl. So it'd be really good to get something central in like the heart of St. John's where people can see it and you're driving by, oh, like what's track and field? And I think it'll be great to grow the sport, track and field especially.
I think one of the things that's really important about the Summer Games in St. John's is that it will be so compact in having a lot of the events happening within a walking distance. Mm-hmm. Do you think that'll help with team camaraderie and being able to meet other athletes and other people that are visiting?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely good when you can, you know, go watch another sport like right next by, you know, to like take a long bus ride or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Deb?
Yep, and just thinking back to Niagara Falls, like we had to take if we wanted to go see like a game of soccer or something, like we had to take a long bus ride over to like sometimes like another town. Mm-hmm. But to have it all here in St. John's, it's going to be amazing to have everything kind of just all in one area.
And Molly, that's going to be important for you as well, to be able to be you probably feel more part of the team like that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I remember in my first Canada Games, 2017, we went to watch a basketball game, and I don't think it was too far. And I remember like being even more excited to watch people from Newfoundland, and I think it'll be really good. And also the sightseeing is all close too. Like it won't be like in Niagara Falls, you had to get a long drive. We were pretty outside of like the main tourist area, but I think where St. John's is smaller, you'll be able to sightsee, and lots of people from all across Canada will be able to see lots and see. I like the sports being close too. That's awesome.
I think one of the things that people are going to find really interesting about coming to St. John's, and you've been to the games, you've seen the entertainment. I think the entertainment that we're going to be able to offer here is, and being able to display our culture and our heritage here is going to be really important. What do you think you'd suggest to you people that you meet at the games that they should do in St. John's?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I would say go to Signal Hill.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's what everyone does, but there's going to be a lot of people coming from provinces without the beautiful scenery
Right.
that we have. Yeah, definitely Signal Hill. I'm sure people will go downtown and
Yeah.
there'll be the pedestrian mall. Like, I love that idea. And yeah, just be outside. That would be my advice.
Yeah. How about you, Nicole?
Yeah, I would say the same thing, like Signal Hill downtown, maybe like Cape Spare as well.
Yeah. Declan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
Walking trails is going to be another thing that's going to be very
Absolutely, yeah.
popular with families. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how many people actually take advantage of coming to St. John's, because St. John's is considered a destination that's kind of when you get the opportunity to go there, you want to be able to take advantage of it. So tell me about your training. So Molly, you're training now for the games. How often do you train? What during the week do you train regularly?
Yeah, so with track, it kind of works in seasons. So where I train for university track, I'm training to compete in February and then also in the summer. So right now I'm kind of on like an off-season break, but I'll train mostly every day, maybe one day off. And right now it's less intense, less like sprinting training. I'm a sprinter for track and field. So towards the winter and then closer to the summer, it'll ramp up again.
How about you, Nicole? Do you train now or?
Yes, I'm not eligible for the
Right.
2025 games, but yeah, I'm still involved in the sport and
Yeah.
still training. Yeah.
Good. And Declan,
Yep, I'm trying to play.
do you play do you play regularly all year round?
Yep, so usually tennis, there's a summer season and a winter season. So summer season's kind of coming to to a close now. But once winter season starts up, like I'll be ramping up my training for sure and getting ready for that.
Yeah. You know, one of the things about being in a smaller province and being living on an island, sometimes travel is a challenge. How about the competition aspect of it? How that plays into your preparation for the games? Will you travel to other tournaments and that to help you prepare for the games?
Yeah, definitely. I think like again, once the winter season comes, like I'll usually be traveling around Atlantic Canada to play some tournaments there, maybe to Ontario to do some training. So yeah, I've done that for the past few years, and it's amazing to go around the country and just watch other players how they're doing, and kind of just see if I can compare myself to them and see how I'm holding up.
Molly?
Yeah, same thing. Usually we stay in Atlantic and track and field. It's like cost and all of that. But I think it's really a good experience, even just to represent your province going, even Atlantic. Whenever we go to even Halifax, they're like, oh, like they came, they flew here, like they made it. Because like everyone else can drive on a bus, but when we go to Atlantics or anything like that, and for university sports, it's Atlantic. And yeah, it's a real privilege to be able to go away in the winter to get that extra experience of competition that you might not get here.
Yeah. Nicole, you're not training right now, but are you planning to go into coaching or doing anything like that in terms of athletics?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I'll start coaching soon. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, I mean, you have busy lives. I mean, you're going to school, you're attempting you're perfecting your sport and working hard at it. You know, time management must be a key thing for you as athletes. How do you manage all those things to make it all come together, Declan?
Yeah, so you kind of just have to kind of juggle around. You got school, you have like me, I'm playing tennis, and you have kind of the training that comes around that. And I do a little bit of coaching actually myself as well,
Oh, do you?
which is
Yeah.
lots of fun. But yeah, it's just a matter of just kind of figuring out a schedule that works for you and getting from one place to another.
And what are you doing in university or high school? You're in high school now,
Yes,
right?
I'm going to.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to grade 10 in Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet what my plans are. I'm always considered like the U.S. College tennis. That's as a possibility. I'm not sure, 100% sure yet if I want to do that, but we'll see.
Molly, you're in university?
Yeah, I'm a full-time student at Mon, so I would say just time management, like being really, I'm glad to be organized. I like to have my schedule, and I also coach, and you've got your extracurriculars. Your life isn't always sports, but yeah, you just got to be organized with your time.
And Nicole, you're in university as well?
No, I'm actually finished.
You're finished university?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I did engineering.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, but like Molly, I did track as well at university. So I just find being busy helped me. It kind of made me stick to a schedule. Like obviously I have practice at this time, so I need to get this schoolwork done at this time. So yeah.
Well, look, thank you very much for joining us. It's been great talking to you, and we're certainly proud of your accomplishments at the past Canada Games, and we're looking forward to the Canada Games here in St. John's, where we're going to be able to showcase our young athletes on the national stage. So thank you, and good night.
Did you enjoy the show? Let us know. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns with anything that you've seen on this episode of Municipal Matters, please drop us a line by email at municipalmatters@stjohns.ca. We will try to answer any questions that you may have.
Recycling at home is one of the easiest ways to help protect our environment. Believe it or not, a lot of what we're throwing away in Newfoundland and Labrador can actually be recycled instead of sent to the landfill. And since you're already throwing it to the curb, the only difference is the color of the bag it's going in. So let's break it down. What can you put in your blue bag? For starters, boxboard, cardboard, paper bags, newspaper, toilet paper rolls, the majority of cardboard and paper products can be recycled curbside. A lot of metal and plastic containers are also accepted. Aluminum pie plates, soup cans, plastic food trays, shampoo bottles, butter tubs and lids, laundry detergent containers, and milk cartons are just a few examples. But remember, some items are not accepted in your blue bag. Placing items like glass containers, coffee cups, tissue, wrapping paper, and styrofoam may cause your bag to be left behind. To ensure your recyclables find a second life, you should also ensure they are free of liquids, garbage, or food. And that's it. You just leave it right there at the curb. We all have a part to play. Join the curbside revolution. Learn more at recycleathomενl.ca.
And some nasty weather rolling in across the country today.
Extreme weather can hit quickly. Because of climate change, high-risk weather is becoming more common and severe across Canada. 1 in 3 Canadian adults have experienced a major weather-related emergency or disaster. Know the risks in your area and learn what actions you can take. Are you ready? Visit getprepared.ca. A message from the Government of Canada.